Hi, this is Paul, and Rachel's our camera girl today, and I want to show you the mountains. And we're up here at Tooley's Nursery in Truchas, and Gordon is showing us around and helping us pick out some plants. So we just wanted to give you, the commoners, a quick look at what's happening up here.
All right. Okay, this is a Manchurian crabapple. This is a very important habitat tree used in orchards. It's one of the earliest flowering, and it's a very fertile pollinator for other early flowering apples. It's a good landscape specimen, quite drought tolerant, but does need some water to establish it, and also good stewardship. And we'll talk about efficiency of watering too, since that is a concern of everybody. We grow all of our trees in a fiber bag that prevents roots from circling. Like when you pop a tree out of a plastic pot, it has circling roots, and they have to be cut away. Circling roots never straighten out and can cause girdling problems, and the trees will experience lack of vigor and may not want to leave its hole. So this makes a very fibrous rooted plant. When air hits this fabric here, the roots come out to it, the air root prunes it and makes the root go fibrous. So you don't have circling roots like you do in a plastic pot. So you have a much better transplant. You know, we have difficult sites, difficult soils, varying water types, and when you have to remove a lot of root, you also stress the plant, and transplant shock is the highest percentage of tree losses is when too much root has been lost in transplant. So it's important to get a small tree that's very vigorous and has all of its roots intact. Easy to handle. You know, one person can plant this tree very easily. In an urban landscape where water is measured, you know, by the teaspoon or have to pay dearly for, trees that are planted correctly, landforms are observed for water runoff or water harvesting, mulching 3 times the drip line will shade the ground and make water more efficient. It helps bring the worms up that help break down the organic matter to build up a good soil profile that feeds the microbes, the beneficial organisms, which helps the plant make a good immune system. It makes their access to water and mineral uptake much more efficient and makes a healthier plant. So you're just not pouring water on at the trunk line, but you want to water from here out and encourage lots of lateral roots. But in an urban site, there is a lot of water at hand that is oftentimes just flushed down the drain. And what a tree needs is nothing compared to what is lost down the drain. So if you can intercept gray water systems, you should produce enough water daily to supply what a tree needs. When a tree is loaded with fruit, it's going to require more water to make fruit and sugar. But once again, mulching helps make watering efficient. You know, determining frequency of watering, how often, how many gallons is dependent on the site. Heavy clay soils like this don't dry out very fast, so are very efficient with water. Sandy soils dissipate water at a different rate. A non-mulched tree loses water fast. A mulched tree helps conserve water and creates a nice habitat for insects and breakdown. It's all logical stuff.
Great.
Don't waste it.
Thanks.
Don't let it run off. Yeah.
All right, thanks, Gordon.
Yeah.
If
Here, I
you can
just
get
made
it.
all that up too.
Look at that thing. What'd you take it?
So this is Paul, and we're taking a picture now of Gordon, the Tooley Nursery, the bare root section, and these are several hundred bare root peaches, apples, cherries, nectarines, and pears, just to give you an idea what the nursery looks like.
This is a bare root sweet cherry tree called Angela. It's grafted onto a Mahaleb rootstock. if you look closely with your camera, you can see the cut right here where we grafted a twig of Angela onto a Mahaleb rootstock. And Mahaleb is known for being a very fibrous, well-rooted tree, so it gives it a chance to get at a lot of moisture. Taprooted trees have a lot less root mass and have a tougher time establishing in a dry climate. But this tree should max out at about 20 to 30 feet if kept unpruned, and will produce hundreds and hundreds of pounds of sweet cherries. Angela is an old heirloom variety. Won't even find it in the stores anymore.